That's quite light numbers, doesn't it?
I don't know.
All right, you can stop saluting at ease.
Yes, sir.
Gamble, the meeting was canceled. Didn't you get the memo?
No, I must have missed that. I must have missed when I canceled it.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Just reminding you.
Disgusto. Are you playing Flappy Bird?
All right, perfect. We're gonna give everyone a few minutes and then we'll get started. Start at 15.
What kind of games I got on my phone?
Where is Frank?
Don't know, don't care.
Regan.
Hello. Hmm? Love you. Yeah.
San Antonio 8 going 1041.
All right. 2 more minutes. Everyone just make yourselves comfortable. Just make yourselves comfortable. 2 more minutes. I'm starting the meeting. If you're not here, you're pretty much fired, but it's all right. I'll explain. All right, perfect.
Perfect.
Hello, can everyone hear me? Is everyone all right?
Yeah.
Yep, loud as fuck.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
how the fuck is everyone doing today?
I'm fantastic.
Fantastic.
Great.
Bad.
What?
Yay.
What?
What's the yay?
Yes.
Wait, who said something about guns? All right, whatever. We'll get into that. Well, welcome everybody. God,
Yes.
got a lot of you in this room right now. We also, it's good to see all of you in one place and not laid out on the ground because you got stabbed. It's actually really good to see you all. All right. Well, for those of you who've been to my meetings before, you know I'm pretty blunt, direct. I say a few things, you go home. Today's a little larger and a more exciting day because big things are fucking ahead. I'll tell you that much. All right.
Boy.
So we're going to start with the bullshit. And what I mean by the bullshit is all the bad and negative stuff that we have to talk about. But by the end of it, I will be drawn back so far with so much good shit to release on you that, you won't know what hits you. All right, perfect. So, all right, James, would you like to start here, Chief, with the switching tax conversation? That's always fun. You want to go over that one first?
Oh, happily. So, as you know, we have a radio, and obviously we're TAC 1 mainly. TAC 2 is EMS, but after that, there's a lot of tacs that we can all use. Start fucking using them. TAC 1 should be there for general call-outs. As soon as you're then on a job, switch it over. There's too many conversations happening on TAC 1. There's a chase going on, and then someone has to 19 to MRPD. Don't give a flying fuck. Keep it to yourself, just 19 to MRPD without saying anything. It's absolutely fine. If you're not part of that chase or the scene that is going on, nobody needs to know because the comms are more important than finding out that you're back here. Just switch it over. As soon as you're on the job, just go, all right, going to take this bank to TAC 3. Those that are joining, TAC 3. Simple as. Thank you for listening.
I know it's been talked about. Has EMS moved tax yet?
No, I'm actually looking to talk to the commissioner about getting them to go down to like channel 5, if possible. But I'll have that conversation. Okay, perfect. So next, I'm going to give you some administrative stuff passed to me by the president and the vice president and updates on everything. So this might, I'm going to get a little exciting, then I'm going to go back to yonder, and I'm going to finish it off with a real juicy, beefy information. Okay. So, as you notice, we had a lot of trouble grabbing people, sometimes. You should be able to grab anyone you want now. Okay, but don't abuse it, obviously, but I'm saying if someone's standing up, just escort everybody. It'll work on anybody at any time. Should be no problems putting people in and out of vehicle currently. That's how you're going to want to pull people out of the vehicle for now. So just escort them, because I see a lot of people like, I can't get them out, can't do anything. It's all right. Just escort them. Pull them out of the car. You know, tell them to watch their head, obviously, because you're about to yoink them out of a car. So just be really careful with that. Be mindful. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now, also, I know you could clock on your MDT currently, but now if you think about my jobs, I think it's on your phone. Just think about my jobs. You should be able to clock on like that as well. It's another thing as well. Remember, we do have the compass now. If some of you are just coming back, if you think about compass, it'll add it to your GPS. That way we don't have to sound like illiterate on comms. So I'd like to see some improvements with that, laying into that. You know, you guys have been doing a lot better. I've noticed now that you have your compass, but know you have that tool available to you and use it, because there's no more sorry ass excuses for trying to tell us where you are. Communicate with postals. If you think about postals and put a postal in, it will get your GPS tracked to where you need to go as well. So if you're in the middle of something, you drop someone a postal, they can find you. I do prefer you also call out the landmarks as well. Familiarize yourself with the area. It helps fucking immensely. There's no limit to how much that helps you. As you may have noticed as well, we have evidence bags in the armory. Make sure we're using those, carrying those on us. I would like to start seeing evidence bags placed in the respective locker of individuals when gathering things off of them. So throw all the shit you get off a personal evidence locker. That way that, you know, it just keeps it clean and organized. So if we have to go in and look back on something, because I'm hearing rumors of a Department of Justice. So very important to note to do that. Another thing, if you haven't been using it, we have EpiPens. Now, is everyone here familiar with the EpiPens or what they do or what they're used for?
No.
In this context,
Yes,
right.
I've used them myself.
Perfect.
In a
So make sure
situation.
in your current standard loadout in the SOP, take 2 of those suckers with. If these motherfuckers pop some pills, go ahead and pop your fucking EpiPen and chase them cocksuckers down. Basically simple as. They're very effective. You're going to have a couple of them on you. Obviously, you know, they could just be pill popping junkies, but with a numbers thing, we're going to have 2 for now. Yes, Desmond.
I was gonna say on the Eppies, it seems like, you know, if you're out of breath and you try to use one, you don't get the effect of it.
Okay.
Gotta make sure
all
you
right.
got some breath
Well, pop,
before you
pop the fucking epi before you start running. I guess just you can pop it in the car, hop out the car. You don't gotta do it. You could, you know, time it for now. If that's something else, you could look into it. Obviously. Let's see what else. Okay, you may see some sort of tablet in your armor. Do not take it out unless you are authorized or working on something. If I find them on you, and I will do spot check. So I'm gonna start spot checking people's pockets. I will fucking strike you immediately. Okay? Do not touch the tablets. Do not fuck with them. But I'll tell you why we got them in a bit. Okay. Also, you may start noticing that we're going to be receiving calls about boosting. All right? I'm starting to notice it myself, but we are actually going to get boosting calls. And I'm not talking about chop shop. So if anyone wants to bring it up that when we get a boosting call, they go to the chop shop, shut the fuck up. I'm talking about real deal boosting. Okay? We're going to be dealing with motherfuckers trying to get a car with a tracker and everything. I got word that the scene's picking up out there on the street. More and more scumbags out there everywhere you look. We're going to be cracking down on it. However, we're going to be treating them as standard pursuits like if it was a robbery. If you pull up and a car is fucking crazy, we're going to be authorizing heat units, as well as some of them I've heard that they can get really fucking crazy. Kind of my insiders on the street will be using bikes and things, maybe add an Air One as we adjust. But for now, just treat it as you're responding to a regular pursuit. And if you start chasing the vehicle and you're fucked up, well, you're going to call yourself goddamn heat unit. All right. Everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Go. So yes, we also are dealing with the chop shop now. We've a few investigations have got us a little intel. However, I don't want you just sitting there looking to pick someone off all day. Now that we know a couple places they chop cars, I want you to be reactive and respond when necessary, but use your knowledge and your best judgment when someone tries to tell you something. Just think it through, hear them out, see what they got to say, and then obviously, you know, you got your cause, you got your suspicion, move as you wish. All right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So, another little bit of yelling, and then I promise you, I really don't have too much to fucking yell about today. And today's about to be a fucking fire meeting. Everyone should be very excited. All right, so next is, okay. I run into this problem a lot of times, and if you know me and you've worked for me before, you know this is one thing I go over pretty constant. If you are on a scene, right, and you cuff somebody, they're your 95. Okay. If a single officer has to cuff two people just because of the timing of it, doesn't mean they have to. It means whoever is there with them respectively should be appointed or assigned to that other individual. Because if I have a situation where officers are just breaking off because they don't want to do paperwork or whatever, I will make sure you never do paperwork again by firing your bitch ass. Understood? Is that understood? Because I'm serious here.
Yes, sir.
I will fire your bitch ass. You're replaceable. You're not fucking immaculate that you don't have to do paperwork. Nobody in this room is, not even myself. Okay? Well, me, well, you know, I don't do a lot. Sometimes I do paperwork. And, you know, if I was on a scene and I cuff somebody, unless there was a direct and clear that someone goes, hey, I want to handle this person, you know, I'm taking that person. I've done my own fucking report. But I'm tired of having to do reports because people are fucking lazy nincompoops. So, oh, let's go to the house robbery so we don't have to do paperwork. That's fucking bullshit. Don't be a loser. All right? Is that crystal clear? Because I'm serious, it's getting
Yes.
cracked down on starting today. Like, it's actually not just going to be a don't do it anymore. It's going to be like, if you do it now that I've said it, you're fucked. Okay? As long as we're on the same page about that, because it's not going to be no more, it's no more warnings. It's official. Also, I want to talk a little bit about professionalism. Now, I understand that some of us have personalities louder than the others, but there's got to be a baseline of professionalism on the streets, guys. Like, it's like some people out there really need to be called the Wambulance, but if we can't call them the Wambulance, like, we have to do our best to be as professional as we can. You need to get better. Some of you, especially more than others, need to be able to read a situation and read a person's responses and choose how to proceed from there. If you feel like you can't get a read on that, I want you to be a little more standard, a little less out of the box. I want you to do your normal processing. Just deal with that individual as a normal person. Don't go over the top. Also, do not reverse antagonize crims. If a criminal is talking fucking shit to you and you notice, you know, you make a little comment and they act up, I want you to dead it there. Be the bigger person. Let them yell at you. And basically, you could, you know what I'm saying? You can get them back with the law. Get them back with the fucking book. Who cares? If they're going to cry, we have a job to do. We have to be professional where we have to be professional. They don't. They're a bunch of low-life scums without jobs, and they just fucking hit each other with bats all day. I mean, I don't expect those people to be too nice. I don't know about you guys. So let's do our best on that front, because I'm a little tired of a lot of complaints out there. They're repetitive complaints and things that we can correct and avoid. Some things, you know, more correctable than others on our front. Some things people just got to learn on their damn own, but we're going to do our part. We're going to do our best. We got to put our best forward so we don't run into these situations over and over again. Everyone understand everything?
Yes, sir.
Everyone get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone
Yes,
get
sir.
that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All,
sir.
everyone in this room is here right now, to be honest, over others, because they came in, they presented themselves with experience, and I felt like I wasn't going to have to worry about this stuff. It bothers me that I have to address it as many times as I do, but once we're on the same page and rolling, we're going to be a fucking well-oiled machine. I already know that. So, Ted, do you have anything else to add? James, anything administrative side before I move into the stuff that people want to hear?
Negative.
No.
All right. Hell yeah. All right. Any questions on the floor so far? Any comments on the floor, concerns? Let me know now before I move into this, and then we talk about fun shit, and then we go back to negative shit. So let's get it off. Yes, Ali.
How do you use the evidence bag?
It's just like a duffel bag. So you just open it when it's in your
You've
pockets and
actually
put the
used
shit in
it.
it. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. Anything else from the floor?
Yeah.
What's going on, Barney?
Do we have any SOP or anything about house robberies and people hiding in the blinds? Are we still able to check those with batons and tasers?
So here's the thing, right? That falls into this gray area, right? Like it's where someone's being shitty and knows we can't get behind curtains. It becomes like a double-edged sword, right? The only thing that I ask is you're announcing yourself when you're doing something like that. If you're going to beat down a curtain, just acknowledge the fact that I got to check the curtain and then, go from there. Okay. At the end of the day, we don't have a tool to be able to check places like that. So we kind of got to do what we got to do. I know they kind of get behind the curtains, but we have no way of knowing that. And in a process of clearing a house, that's kind of what we have to do. Just make sure you're using your voice, your outside voice, you're screaming, and you start telling what you're going to do. I'm clearing this, I'm clearing that. Just give verbal, be the way you need to be. I don't see anything wrong with it as long as we're acknowledging our presence. Making sure they know we're in there and not just tucking behind the curtain like a little coward or hiding in a bush like a child in a house robbery. Okay? Is that clear? Good answer.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. All right. So, Mr. Dallas.
I have a question. Could we start asking for backup at traffic stops? We've been getting stabbed a lot lately on traffic stops.
In any situation you feel necessary for backup, ask for 77. Get some 77s down there. If you're on a traffic stop and you have a car full of 4 people, if you're by yourself, you're probably dumb, regardless of who are the 4 people in that car, not to call for backup, to be honest. I mean, you really never know. When you're that heavily outnumbered, I would prefer you get a secondary unit if available down there. I would definitely prefer that. I think that's a great idea and a great thing that we should be doing. If we're outnumbered in many situations, even if you think, oh, these people been cool with me before, yeah, you don't know what kind of day they're having, especially if they got a color on. They could have just got beat up on the street and be moping around there looking to fucking fuck someone else's day up. All right. That answer that?
Emery?
I was just gonna ask if we could retouch quickly. Now there's a lot more of us in the room on how to approach. How we discussed before how to approach housing robberies in general. Just since there's more of us in the room.
Okay.
This time. Just so everyone knows the best way we found to go about it, maybe.
Okay. All right. So here's my opinion on house robberies. Now, I really am going to leave this to the discretion of the scene commander on exactly how you want to handle it. But in my opinion, unless you have more than four officers attached to that call and you see a vehicle in the driveway, I don't think that if it's just 2 officers, I don't think you should go in and clear it. If you have a visual car in the driveway that looks like windows open, whatever, it's personal register, give it a minute or 2 before you decide to move or take action inside the house, right? See if you can get them coming out. See if you could start it from that side. However, if you do have ample officers, at that point, then you could breathe. But what I also want in that situation is I need people to clear the area around the house, not just the officers that are going inside the breach. I want people checking the outdoors, because there's so many times that some person with a blue flag is hiding behind a half wall or laying behind a bush with their feet sticking out, that they're just waiting for you to come back out the door so they can smack you over the head and leave. Okay, so I want more situational awareness out of people responding to those calls. If you are going to breach, make sure you have at least 2 in or 2 out. The only time, and also if those 2 officers go in and they go down, that's when I want more. Realistically, I'm thinking like 4 people attached to a house is more than enough in a starting scene. But when 2 officers go down, I want you to go up to 8. And I want it, if you can't handle a house robbery with bats with 8 people, well, you guys did something wrong. You need to learn from it. But just make sure you are amply prepared to breach. You have people on your external. If you don't have people on your external, you see the vehicle and everything, camp it. Give it a second. See what comes out of it. You never know if they're just going to hop out and get in their car anyways. You might as well just fucking wait and see if they do it for a minute before you have to just run in there gung-ho and get fucking put down. Okay?
Perfect.
We'll see some of that today. Okay. Any more? Because I'm about to switch the topic and I'm not moving backwards. If you need anything else, talk to one of the command members privately, or talk to your supervisors actually, and then maybe they'll talk to us. All right. Clear?
Yeah.
Scaling. We're gonna scale the rest of this conversation. I know a lot of you guys were waiting for some things. I know in some of your interviews, I braced you for all the different opportunities that we're going to have in this department and all the stuff that we wanted to build. Well, I would like to mark today is the day, January 27, 2024, that I drop our major crimes division. It's here. The time is here to do and deal with what we need to deal with. There's enough shitters on the streets for me to feel the need to do this. So before I break into the major crime, our hiring process is now changing. We're launching our FTO program. Okay? Our FTO program, you're going to see in your email, anyone who's interested in training people, any officer plus can apply for this program. You're going to have to take a test. Okay? You're going to have to pass this test. This test is there not only as a yes or no, do you know your SOP, but I want to see a little bit about your training style, see if you're fit for the field with a newbie, because we're going to start taking in bodies off the streets that don't know what the fuck they're doing or how to be a cop at all, and we need you to mold them into fucking professionals. So anyone involved with that, there will be an announcement in your emails later to show you how to get involved in that process. Mr. Sir, will you come to the front? And Casey, will you come closer to me, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Casey and Mr. Sir are going to be leading our Heat and Moto initiative. Together, they have designed many challenging courses that will test your ability to drive for all of you who are saying, I'm a driver, I'm this, I'm that. So basically, I'll let them go into more details about the program, but any questions about Heat or Moto, don't come to me, don't come to James, don't come to Ted, go directly to those two. It's off my fucking plate. All right? Why don't you give a little introduction there, Mr. Casey?
Why me?
Because I want to hear you say something.
God fucking damn it. All right. For those who don't know, Lieutenant Casey Francis, I'm gonna stand in front of Ted here, but you can still see him because he's fat. But
Hey, motherfucker, don't disrespect him. I'll kill you.
Shut up.
He will.
That's Ted.
He killed
That's
me.
Ted. That's the guy who holds Ted's
bodyguard.
pocket. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, he's gonna be up and running. It's just, simple shit. If you want to drive a cool, fast car and you think you can drive, come to me or sir, see if we're qualified. If you're not qualified, we tell you to kick rocks. If you're qualified, we give you a nice, cool car or bike, whichever one you prefer. It's gonna be quite the course. It is a lengthy process, and it weeds out the drivers from the non-drivers. So if you are interested, find me or Mr. Sir after this meeting, and I'll hand it over back to Gamble. He can tell you more cool shit.
Perfect. Yep. Those two got that under their belt. Don't worry about it. Since Fatty's not here, Paul Blart, he's something tells me he's got the camera I set up in here. but he's really fat and he looks like Dracula now. So if you see him, you can call him Dracula. Paul is going to be in charge of our Air One certification program. So any of you who are interested in Air One would be linking up with Mr. Paul, and he will
wait,
be.
there he is.
Oh, there's Fatty. Come
There
here.
he is.
Come here,
That's-
Dracula.
Hey, Dracula, I would like
Hey,
to
Drac.
join.
Fuck
Come
all
on,
of
front,
you.
Paul. It's time to tell everybody about Air One.
Let's go.
Bro, I woke up for this shit.
Does
Tell
that
everyone
person
about
off
Air One,
hitting
Dracula.
pedestrians in a race?
Listen, it's gonna be real short and sweet, okay?
Mhm.
Air One is gonna be very limited, okay? There's a lot of there's gonna be a lot of requirements for it, okay? And pretty much it's only gonna be used in like major robberies like banks and shit like that, okay? And like shootouts, like holdouts for like rooftop fights. And you're gonna have to probably need you're gonna have to be senior plus to be able to even qualify to like get
Shit.
Air One certification, and you will probably need 40 minimum hours on duty to be able to request it.
53.
And if once you do get Air One certification, you will need to maintain 10 hours on duty a week to keep that certification.
Easy.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
I gotta wait.
There's going to be 3 courses you're going to have to go through to pass. Obviously, if you crash or like scrape the heli, all that stuff, you fail. After you fail, you can reapply a week later, and yeah.
Yep. So that's enough. Yep. Great job, Paul.
Yep.
So, Paul also has a fellow, like a couple things that he's working on with that. There'll be a couple things to follow, but anyways, yep. If you're interested in Air One, Paul Blart's your guy. Just again, there's minimum requirements for that one because it really is, it's not the most used facet of a department, but it's needed. So it'll be limited, but get in with Paul if you're interested. Yeah, that's very much it. Okay. Next one is our criminal investigative division. That's the head overseer of that is, am I right? Yep, my right, Mr. Reagan. He will be posting things on where you can show your interest and guidelines are to come. That might be a little bit longer of a process. There's a lot going on with that department that I don't want to know about. And there's a lot of hidden qualifications that I can't really talk about here that you need to meet certain parameters to even be a part of that team. But, if you catch my drift, certain things that you can and can't do with your life and your other times being there. But those will all be updated and posted. There'll be guidelines for joining that in your emails. Okay. Last division. Now, fortunately, our Chief Payne is on vacation. He's somewhere in Cabo swimming with shark. But one that I know is a popular of interest is SWAT. I know there's a lot of you SWAT operators, and you may be wondering, like, Gamble, why are you talking about SWAT when we don't even carry guns on patrol? Are we going to be a SWAT team with batons like some fucking sissies? Well, do I have something for you?
We get guns.
In exactly 24 hours from this past storm, the gun mandate has been approved and added to the city that we will be able to give weapons licenses and also carry Class 1 firearms at all times on patrol. Exactly 24 hours from now, we will no longer be sissies, and our Second Amendment right has been added back in. God bless America. God bless you. And fuck criminal. I don't know what else to say.
Fantastic work. Let's go.
All right, perfect. So now that I made all you happy,
No mag dumping people though.
now that I made all you happy, I need to dial it in on guns because I'm having this conversation once and once only. It is our job to make sure guns don't get out of hand. We are the only people that can control that. So if you want to be a little sissy shooter, I just put my goggles on, I come to work and just shoot people, just fuck off already. ahead of time, because we are going to be laying the absolute smackdown when we see guns out there on the street. Okay. We are here to do a job. We are here to contain the problem. People need to learn that shit ain't sweet. We have guns. Shit ain't sweet. We are going to take criminals down. We're going to be strict. We're going to be hitting people with weapons charges constantly. We're revoking firearms licenses immediately on first violent felony. And if anyone has a violent felony, they're not even eligible for a firearms license. So keep that in mind. We're going to be issuing weapons licenses. All my corporals plus, please stay back with me after this meeting so I could go over that with you. More details, but no one below a corporal is allowed to issue a weapons license. If we find out you are, which I can because this MDT is amazing at logging things, you will be fired and terminated immediately. Okay? Understood on weapon?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm working on getting the evidence system in place too. Hopefully we could have that in. That way we could run these bullet casings when these motherfuckers try to go crazy. We are not going to go crazy. Do not let me hear anything about you abusing your gun. Okay? You are to use it to defend your life. You feel you're in an imminent threat of danger. You better be sure that was imminent threat. That way I don't have to, God, I just can already hear it, you know? It does pose a lot of problems, but it brings a lot of pluses to our job. Believe that. People actually fear us and respect us now, but we have to earn it out there with guns. We can't be abusing the fuck out of them. Okay? You all know what that means in this room. I don't need to go into more specifics than that, but just know that issues with guns are going to be handled bigger than anything that you assholes been doing with fucking batons. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Emery.
I was just gonna say probably an extra moment to remind everyone to use the body cams with the guns.
Yeah, you guys have actually been pretty sound with keeping your body cams on. But yeah, you're going to want to be running some recording software to manage your own body cam. Please, at all times, because if I call for you on footage and you can't provide it, you're already in the fucking hot seat. Understood? Body cams?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mr. Daly.
I have an idea about the guns. When we do shoot it, can we get a thing in the emails where we have to put the body camera in there every time we shoot so they know the reason we shot? Like there's like
No.
That's way too long.
Okay, I like it. That but I want you to be able to, honestly, if you want to keep that on your end every time you get into a shooting situation, fuck, I don't blame you. Keep that shit locked down in your files, you know? Keep that for yourself just in case anything arises. I'm not going to have like a whole thing of basically what'll be like montages at that. I don't need your montage or body cam. So yeah, but no, I do recommend always having that on. At least be able to, I know, you do your whole session of your body cam. That shit could be kind of heavy sometimes, but at least have it to a couple minutes. That way, if you feel like something is going off, you have a few minutes to breathe before you get to actually snap that snippet from your body cam. Okay, everyone understood?
Gotcha.
Understood. All right. So, aside from that, James, you got anything?
Yeah, just add in to with heat units coming out and stuff like that. There most likely is going to be pit training, just because I've had a couple of complaints about people being pitted at 130 miles an hour. We don't do lethal pits. That's not a thing. Never will be. You're putting yourself at risk at that point as well as someone else. So what it'll be is I'll probably end up delegating that to Casey, because Casey.
Pete.
Yeah. And Mr. Surf is around, he can take a couple of people. But if anyone decides that they want to pit anything over what's going to be our standard procedure, you're looking at getting fired, because it's not a thing that we're going to do at all.
Does anyone? So I'm going to lay out the current conditions for pit. Standard. Remind you, standard still needs to be approved. Okay. Standard is under 100 miles per hour, weather clear, traffic light, no more than moderate. Okay? Your pits should not be in straights, they should be near corners. Remember, it's to stop momentum, it's not to absolutely disable the vehicle. You're not going in to destroy them. You do a bit of damage, you get them off their track. It allows your other units to catch up. If it's a slow pursuit, you know, you're getting closer to ending it. It's not an end to all. It's a form of aggression used to help us in the field. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So anyone who needs training on that is welcome to get it. Also, like I said, that is still to be requested to at least a supervisor, which means a corporal plus, for that pit to be granted on a pursuit. Okay. If there's no one, you know, if they're in a situation where you only have officers, senior officers around, use your judgment, but it better meet conditions, because if we get it reported in that we're having crazy fucking pits, you will be fucked. So there's there's none of this insta pitting bullshit, none of these back to back pits, right? We're not, when a pit's clear, you pit them, you attempt it, you're successful, chase continues. You need to be cleared for a secondary pit. Okay? It's not I could pit someone once and I could just keep pitting them. Understood? And there's like, you know,
Yes, sir.
and if you're on a chase with people who've been hostile, you can request a pit timer that if a chase goes over a certain amount of time, you can request that. There's no instant pit timer when a chase starts. Okay? But you can request one. If it's people who have been hostile constantly, or there's a bad situation, request that pit timer, then you can get it so you're ready and cleared to pit when conditions are met after a certain period of time.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's too many red flags. I'm not interested. Sorry.
What? All right. So,
Nothing.
last thing. This is my last. If you're going out on patrol, first of all, if you're going out on patrol this shift, I'm putting you forward a challenge. I want you to get in a vehicle with someone you never rode with before and ride with that. If it sucks for you and you guys don't have that compatibility, oh well, you try. I do not want the same people riding together today. We need to intermingle this department and switch off this little cliquey high school drama shit that I don't really like, that I do see. I get it. You've worked with some of the people in this room for a very long time, but this is your new department now, not the little 10 groups of people that seem to huddle together like they're in a high school lunch table. I want you to meet your fellow officers. Doesn't mean they got to be your best friend, but I want everyone to be able to intermingle and know how to work with each other. Obviously, our SWAT training exercises and other things you're going to be going through together now out there on the field that I think we're going to be facing some bigger crimes will draw you together. But for now, I want you to double up with somebody who you've never rode with before, and you don't have a social ability to do that. It's not the craziest ass in the world. Okay? So everyone get the fuck out of my face and go to
Officer
work
down.
with someone you don't know.
Besides corporals and
Besides for Corporal Plus. Everyone, leave!
get out.
Goodbye.
If you go off duty because there's no guns till tomorrow, you're a bitch. I'm telling you right now, you're a baby back fucking loser bitch.
You're getting
And
fired.
you're gonna get
Yeah.
demoted.
I was
wasn't
going to
clear
say
about
that. That's a good
Shut
idea.
up.
All right. See you, officer.
Hi.
I can't get out. Just so you know, I'm leaving the pot in the room. Bye.
Yeah, they were best buds. Thing is going crazy. I'm not about to go on duty. I just was there for the meeting. Oh, I'll be back later in the city and run a long ass stream. I was just doing that just for you can catch up. Basically cover it. Guns are coming to the city in 24 hours for us. I'm not sure if it's everybody, probably, but right now the city's pretty hot, so I might not be gone too long. But when her mom comes home, I'll fly back in. Apparently we got a pay raise. I didn't even hear nothing about that. I'm getting $600 a paycheck now. I only have 25 hours. 34 hours and Jesus. You spend it on your inventory and stuff that you have to get, and also you can spend it on not sure. Hopefully they get some more incentives, or else we're just gonna be chilling. Bunch of money in our bank account. Yeah, you need to switch that over, or else you're gonna get stuck on doing crime and not being out here. But yeah, they talking about opening up new crime units and how to not to be. You have to buddy up with everybody else and not just regular people. You have to buddy up with somebody you don't usually. But I've been doing that regardless. I've been with Gray. I've been with Smith. Who else I've been with? Dallas. Striker. Yeah.
Two best buds robberies and like 4 house robberies while we were.
Yeah, what she just said.
Alright, come on.
Me, I can fly.
We're going 10 people in this helicopter.
Who can fly? As is everyone's certified right next to him.
I can fly.
Nope, you can't ride solo.
Wait, you can, hey.
Yeah, crime. The reason I don't get on crime is because crime's only fun when you got friends to do with. Also, we had in the meeting we talked about boosting. Because there's people up there and boosting at the moment. So we're about to get calls about that. If the car is fast, then they call heat.
517.
Talking about your Batman. Shut up. I see. Yeah. If I get on Crim, it's gonna be me and you. We're gonna have to try to boost up. Yeah. That's probably what's gonna end up happening. Hold on, I gotta be right back.
If anybody wants to 10-12, I'm down here.
Nobody wants me as a passenger princess. I'm a good. You want to drive around? Yeah. There's so many. I'm not a slacker, sir. I'll have you know I have 224 total hours on duty. I have the most in the whole.
You ugly bougie.
Yeah, I have the most in the whole academy. I want to do investigations, and I want to do SEO. I also want to do A1, but they said it's for Corporal and above.
I thought you said senior.
Yes,
No,
senior
he's-
officer.
No, he said Corporal and above.
Wait, he changed it?
He said it in the meeting. He said Corporal.
I promise you.
Mhm. Shit, I forgot I don't even have that money. Just doing laps at this point.
Radio check.
2.
36 plus 110-8.